Good morning. We're pleased to have you join us here on our Watch Us Women 15 Minutes of Fashion. So we've got another lovely sunny day and we are full of sunshine ourselves to bring you some new designs by Frank Lyman. And how are you today, Vanessa?
I'm great.
Big hello to you.
It's a beautiful day. I love the crispness in the air.
It does feel good,
crisp.
especially when it has such hot weather that's lingered.
Yeah. Very nice.
So we are going to talk about some fall fashions. We are going to be talking about some new fall pieces that have come in from Frank Lyman. So our focus today is going to be taking some of those newer pieces and showing you how to style them in two different ways. So again, taking something in your wardrobe, dressing it down a little bit, or just giving it a different feeling, like maybe not as dressed up, or I'll say using the word fancy, maybe a little bit more funky than fancy, or fancy than funky, and giving it a different flavor. And maybe you can take a look and see what suits you best. Fashion's always about your personal style and your vibe, but maybe we'll have some suggestions in here to help you think out of the box and bring in some new pieces that will give a creative spin from what's already in your wardrobe. All right, so one of the new pieces here is this pleated skirt that I'm wearing.
Love it.
Yeah. She keeps saying that.
I just love it. I love the movement. I love how it looks.
Yes. It is, I don't know if it's showing up. I'm going to try and do some movement here, but it is a chiffon overlay in the pleated fabric. And the overlay is on top of a jersey underneath, but still not straight, but lots of room underneath. And then it's got this satin pleated bottom, this block of satin fabric at the bottom, giving it some weight. Now, the way that I've styled it, I've put a tall black boot on, and I wanted to give it more of a daytime dressed down, but dressed up. I don't want to say too casual, the way that I've styled things today, but this is going to give you a little bit more on the funkier, more of that daytime wear that you could do. You could be wearing this to the office. You could be wearing it out with friends. You could be wearing it to go shopping. And so I've taken the pleated skirt, which could be very dressy, in the chiffon, and paired it as chiffon and satin, and paired it with a leather shorter jacket, a little bit more fitted so that you have a lot of length in the skirt. If you go with a longer jacket, it may drag it down a little bit because the length of the skirt is quite long. It does have an elastic waistband up at the top, so very, very comfortable. Now, if I wanted to, if I've got my jacket on, you could certainly adjust the length by bringing up the waistband and then styling it with the boot. I could put it with a shoe. It's also very cute with a lower boot. If you've just got the Chelsea style boot, this lower one, and don't have that high boot, this will also work and give you that same effect. Now, you could take this if you're looking at sort of more eventful thing that you're looking for something a little bit more special. You could take this sweater with the embellishments of the pearl and sparkle. This also, a Frank Lyman sweater here. It's a little bit sheer up at the top, gives it some interest, and then it's a full knit, opaque knit in the bottom where the heart is. You've got a longer sleeve here, but this is a little bit more fitted. And you compare this back to the skirt, and again, giving you a slimmer line on the top and a fuller line on the bottom with the pleats. But totally different look. You could still put a boot. You might put a more pointed toe with this. You could put a heel, a dressier heel with this. That would be very pretty. So a different look there than doing this, going to the sparkle instead of the gold hardware or the silver hardware. So as we're going through the video, feel free to pipe in and share your comments. That one's more me than that, or I like this with that, and choose which style, if you like the first look or the second look better. So now here we have a jacket, and you've got the gold lurex thread with the navy. There is navy in here. The background is black, so it pairs really nicely with black. And I've put it with a wide leg pant. So we've got this look here. I've taken the underpinning. This is a little short sleeve mock coordinating piece, short sleeve, mock neck, turtleneck, same fabric in this lace, or not lace, but it's that sheer look. So nice, lightweight. You've got the moto style with a little hook and eye. Add this jewelry, get some bold statement up at the top with the gold, the black and the gray hues, and just with the pant, many different occasions. I would say this is a little bit more, although this wouldn't be a classic look because of the style of the jacket, it is a more classic line to this entire look with this wide leg pant. Now, you could also take this and wear it with a pair of jeans. So you could take this bootleg jean, so it was a little dressier with that, a little bit more formal looking with that, and pair it with a black bootleg jean and put it with your boot or even a patent shoe at the bottom, giving the different textures. We're going to talk about different textures again too. Building your wardrobe so you've got this mesh here with a lurex thread and some patterning. You have a very flat look in the denim, in the black denim, and this is your boot cut. And then if you take the sheen of the patent leather, it just sort of sets it off. Now, if you have this, that's one look. And I'm just going to show you, if you switch it out and do the matte leather boot, it's just a very different look to pull in that matte leather, where you're doing a flat look on the bottom all the way down to the shoe. So now these are just a great bootleg, classic bootleg, something great to have in your wardrobe to go with many different things. And then swap out the jewelry. So this is just a gold piece from Merck's. It is reversible. This is a Motion. The shape is the Motion, and it is reversible. So you could put the flat side forward if you choose. Now, another piece here. We've got just a fun little sweater. Yes, this has just come in from Frank Lyman, and it's just, I don't know why I think of Ski Bunny or something.
Yeah,
Were you
I
gonna
say
say that?
yes. I agree.
Yes, so you could be thinking Ski Bunny, and in that sense, then I'm thinking I've got my slimmer, or I've got a pair of boot cut pants, ski pants that I would wear, and this over top with that would be fantastic because you've got that longer look. Really fun and funky with these pockets. You've got the cable knit. This is a workable pocket here. This is a zipper closure here with a pocket, and these fun and interesting little pom-poms on here. Just having just a little fun with it. Taking cable knit and making it a little bit different, adding that funky element. Nice, loose, rolled collar here. Not tight. Little bit of a cowl because it does hang down a bit, but not too droopy here. And a slimmer arm, which I like on this because you've got more length here. If you have too much of a dolman arm or drop shoulder arm, which is quite wide, it adds a lot of volume and the lines and proportions go off a little bit. So a nice slim arm, full length, and in that nice winter white, you've got the exposed seam on the back. Love the shape of this. Now I've just put that with a slim leg, so maybe this is just like your ski pant for après ski. But here is your slim leg bonded jersey pant from Frank Lyman. For those of you like that really slim leg, there's your option, and gives you that option with a long sweater. However, if you wanted to switch it up a little bit, you can take the same look, add a long, slim pencil type skirt here from Frank Lyman, wear it with a tall boot, and you've got just a different look, a little bit more dressed up. So this is the long pencil skirt in the jersey, little notch opening at the bottom. We do have a yoke band across the entire waistband, a nice pull-on, lightweight, so it's not a heavy knit, a nice lightweight piece, and just changes up the look a little bit. Put your tall boot. If I pull up my skirt here, just shows you sort of that look, different look. Now I would also take a shorter skirt and just have a little bit of the skirt poking out at the bottom as well. Maybe not quite that short, but right there. And it's really nice proportionate wise, have the extra volume on top and have a slim skirt on the bottom. Slim shorter skirt. Now, another new jacket from Frank Lyman. I put this on and I thought, oh, this is cozy. This feels like I'm wearing a sweatshirt because it is a knit and it's a quilted knit. So oftentimes we're going out looking for a fall jacket or something like that. It's just this extra layer of warmth, comfort. It's knitted. There's lots of stretch, and you've got that quilted look. Well, they've put it into more of that moto style jacket. So you put this on, feel very pulled together. You have the interest of the quilting. You can see the diamonds and what do you call, almost like what's that pattern in a wicker? Like caning, caning.
Oh yeah, you're
Anyways,
right.
almost reminds me of that. So you've got lots of texture and interest there. You have the gold zip. Put your gold jewelry on there with the clear, and a little tank underneath. Now I've put this with it's a very A-line skirt, very comfortable. You could be putting it with a flat, but it would be great with a short boot or a tall boot. But the short boot is the only one that's necessary because the length of this skirt is quite long. It is in the jersey, but a very different skirt, a little bit more dressed up than going with a pant on this. So this skirt here, I'll show you the shape of this one. Very wide, lots of movement in this skirt. Comes up, it's that lightweight, silky jersey. You've got the band here, which can be rolled over or kept flat. This quite a bit larger yoke on this one, and not quite as much seaming on that one. But just a really easy to wear skirt, great with that boot. Great with flat shoe too, but great to dress that up. Now you can take the same jacket and make it a casual outfit. Take this charcoal, and it's nice again not to have the solid black, solid matte, and add the charcoal in the boot leg. Now this is a Liverpool denim.
I love that color.
I do too.
Yeah, it's one of my favorite.
Yeah, especially when you wear a lot of blacks or even the burgundies and everything like that. It's just, it may seem, some people might go, oh, it looks like it's worn out or it has that washed look, which is intended, but it is nice to pair it back to a lot of the blacks. So this one's called the Lucy boot cut. So this is going to give you that boot cut, nice line to the leg. The boot cuts never really go out of style. They're always one of the most flattering cuts for people, and they're always, a style that's never going to go out. And then pair it back to your jacket here. You've got a much more casual look. Add your necklace, just a gold necklace. You don't have to go too fancy on the necklace, and you're set to go. Now, you also have the same option in the burgundy color. Now, this one with Frank Lyman in this jacket is referred to as Cabernet. And I would say there's a little bit more brown undertone to the burgundy tones that are out with Frank Lyman over the Atelier or the Joseph Ribkoff. And here you have that more brown undertone. Cabernet is what they call it. Same jacket. And I've paired it with, instead of the denim or the jersey skirt, paired it with the leather pant. So this one is from from Frank Lyman, and it is the 5-pocket style. So you've got your zip front, you've got your pockets in the back. I will say, in trying these on, they do run a little small. So if you're shopping for this pant, consider, if you're not in store, if you're in store, grab both sizes, your typical size, and go up a size. And then if you're shopping online, feel free to call us. We'll give you the measurements of the pants, do the waist and the hip and everything else, so we can ensure that you've got the right size. And then this beautiful jacket, gorgeous, rich Cabernet color, and kept it a little bit more casual with this necklace, just pulling in the wood, and this shiny resin piece here ties back to the shiny sheen of the leather there. So another combination. If you were to take this, and this is shorter cropped pant, wear it with your tall boot, wear it with your Chelsea boot. I will say, oftentimes when you're taking a Chelsea boot and wearing it with a cropped wide leg pant, it's nice if it's either like a seamless look. So sometimes I have this space between where your Chelsea boot stops and your pant or skirt or gaucho or whatever you're wearing starts. If there's a gap, a nice dark tight so that the line goes seamlessly all the way through. Otherwise, a taller boot or even something shorter to so that you don't have that band. Just creates a longer line. So if you're looking for that longer line through the leg, it doesn't give the cutoff of color. which creates a break in that line. So here we have another option to go with this jacket. Now, if you're switching it out again, taking this, I'm going to take this necklace off, and it's a little dressier necklace. So what I'm looking for is something that's got a little bit more casual jewelry to go with this, as opposed to dressing it up too much. And then taking the denim and pairing it back. Now, this is a totally different look. So you've got this denim, and you're putting it with something that's got the embroidered detail at the bottom. You're taking a navy purse and pulling the navies in instead of the blacks, pulling the navies in.
Oh, looks really good.
Yes, and then take your tank that's in the same Cabernet color, do the gold, and you've got your purse. Now, if you have a blue shoe, that's great. But here you've got this Charlie B denim in the mid-wash, and you've got these same color tones. You've got the Cabernet in here. You've got some rich autumn colors.
Those are so nice. Perfect for this weekend.
Yes, for Thanksgiving outfits, yes. Well, depending on what you're doing for Thanksgiving, whether you're dressing up or dressing down, you can take one of these looks. And if it's just lounging around with family, take the casual look. If you're going out to a restaurant, dress it up. If you are dressing it up and you've got a more formal dinner, here's one with a little bit of sparkle. So again, a quilted jacket, that same style, comfort galore. You put it on, you're cozy, lots of stretch, lots of movement. Love that. And again, feels like you're wearing a sweatshirt, but you've got this sparkle, and it really dresses it up. And who would know you'd be that comfortable in such a dressy jacket? You've got the sparkle here. Now the quilting on this is a little bit different. It's not a herringbone, but I don't know what you'd call that. Or
chevron? No.
It's not really chevron. It's kind of like a chevron.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I've put a little sparkling necklace. We want to match the shimmer with the shimmer. And then I've picked up this, what I consider a great pant from Frank Lyman. It is that bootleg pant in the jersey, pull on. You've got the inside elastic here, pull on, just a great look. And then you can do that and add in your dressier shoe. Your patent leather shoe would be great for that. The same jacket is available in blue. So you've got the option for navy. Love the fact that there are more and more navy options, where some people are getting a little bit away from doing too much black and bringing in a softer tone with the blue. So you've got this Frank Lyman straight leg, lightweight jersey, great for the temperatures that we're going to be having for the Thanksgiving weekend. And there's a dressy option if you're going out. Add this new necklace we have from Merck's, a little bit of shimmer, a little bit of chain. It's one necklace. And then the sparkle. And so pretty. But maybe you're going to a home and you want to still feel like you've got that sparkle. Maybe that's your personality, but you want to feel dressed up a little bit more. You can take it and pair it to a denim with a little bit of sparkle. So I've pulled this denim, which is a Joseph Ribkoff, but I couldn't help myself because I just thought, oh no, it's just
They're so great.
Yes. And then, so pair those together, you get a denim look, a little bit more casual, but you haven't lost your sparkle. And then we have this patent bow, just
this is so
block.
cute.
Put that at the bottom. I just love this outfit. And then you've got a whole look. You're dressed up, but you're in your jeans and a jacket, gorgeous jacket that feels like a sweatshirt. And you're set to go.
Love that.
Yeah.
This is like fashion trickery.
Mixing and matching.
Ladies, she's trying to fill our closets.
No, my daughter's home right now, and I said, okay, we got to clean out my closet. Boy, it was a job. Still not done.
Was it? Oh, that must have been fun.
Rearrange, changing the season.
Lots of treasures.
Yeah. Anyways, it's a lot of fun, and it's helpful to have your daughter there.
Okay, yeah. No, yes. What are you thinking?
You're being brutal. Okay, that's out, Mom. Get rid of that. No more. So here we have another long knit sweater jacket from Frank Lyman. Love the fact that they put this knit collar that goes up. It's ribbed, goes up around the back of the neckline, kind of hugs the neckline there, keeps you warm and cozy. It is hooded at the back. A good solid weight to it. Not heavy like a coat, but just a nice structure to this knit. You've got the sporty look with the black band down here. You've got the change in colors here. I've just put a simple black tank underneath. I've pulled the Mertz necklace with the same tonal color from the jacket. I like the striping on the jacket hood. And I've put it with, again, keeping the textures just a little. This might be cottage Thanksgiving. But you're not at your place. You're going to somebody else's cottage across the lake or something. And you're going to put your leather back on. And again, just giving the textures a little different. So it dresses it up a little bit by having the leather. Now, maybe it's your own cottage and you're not going to dress up quite so much. And you want to put just a black pair of jeans. This is a jet black pair from Liverpool. Pull on a slim leg, and that's what you're going to pair with this. You want to brighten it up and put your white shirt under there. Just give a pop of color and then layer your jewelry. And close it up. You can close it up and this becomes part of your jewelry as well. So silver tone on this, so back to the silver jewelry. Now,
Sharon loves the Hispanitas.
Oh.
Hispanitas, sorry. They're so comfortable.
They are fabulous.
Yeah.
Very comfortable. A big part of it is the rubber on the bottom. The rubber sole makes a huge difference when you're walking around. And the rubber is also on the heel. They are fabulous. So here we have a relaxed look, but again, you want to be dressed up a little sparkle. And you've got this cool sweatshirt from Frank Lyman. It's not fleece inside, so it's not hot. It's easy to wear inside and just a sparkle. Pair it back to your jeans and you've dressed it up a little bit. You can also take this and pair it back to that same skirt that I was talking about and take a skirt and just wear that and dress it up a little bit more with a skirt and add that tall boot or short boot. This one you could do the short boot and it works because you've got a greater distance between the end of your skirt and your boot. So love that. And just last, if you're looking for total comfort and you want that lightweight jersey jacket cover, we do have the Cabernet in a pin tuck or classic pin tuck. It's nice to have this pleated V here and just allows for a little bit more flow through the tummy. You've got the double tier. Add your Frank Lyman jacket and jersey.
I love that jacket.
It's so easy.
Yeah, and it's very, it's like, you have to see it on because the way it like skirts out at your hips is just so beautiful.
It is. And it comes from this seaming that's right here and angles out here. And then in the front, you do have the band that comes here, and it's not too long. Again, the seaming comes all the way around here, so it gives a feminine line to the waist. Whether you've got one or not, ladies, I've got one with a nipped-in waist. These give the illusion of being a little bit more nipped in. And just paired it back to that great, either your straight jersey leg pant or this boot cut one. So fantastic. So that's our little show for today, giving you a couple styling options depending on what you're doing for the weekend or what your style or vibe is, and maybe a few creative suggestions to pull out the things from your wardrobe, play around a little bit, mix it up, and mix your dressy with casual, and have a lovely long weekend. Well, we're not quite there yet, but we are thinking along those lines because people are starting their dinners as early as Friday evening for some.
That's true.
Yeah. All right. Have a great weekend. We'll see you back on Friday for a show. All right. Bye-bye.